कैंडल बिजनेस प्रॉफिटेबल है या नहीं? अगर आप कैंडल मेकिंग स्टार्ट करना चाहते हो या ऑलरेडी कर रहे हो तो ये क्वेश्चन आपके मन में बहुत बार आता होगा कि क्या ये बिजनेस प्रॉफिटेबल है। इनफैक्ट लोग लोग भी आपसे काफी पूछते होंगे कि क्या ये बिजनेस सच में प्रॉफिटेबल है। हम इंस्टाग्राम पर ब्यूटीफुल कैंडल वीडियोस देखते हैं, यूट्यूब पर सेटिस्फाइंग कैंडल शॉट्स देखते हैं, मोल्स फ्रेग्रेंसेस ये सब बहुत इजीली अवेलेबल है और देखने में लगता है कि बस वैक्स लो, फ्रेग्रेंस डालो, कैंडल बनाओ एंड प्रॉफिट कमाओ। लेकिन रियलिटी थोड़ी सी डिफरेंट है। एक कैंडल बनाना शायद इजी हो सकता है, लेकिन कैंडल बिजनेस चलाना इजी बिल्कुल नहीं है। और आज की इस वीडियो में मैं आपको सिर्फ ये नहीं बताऊंगी कि कैंडल बिजनेस प्रॉफिटेबल है या नहीं, मैं आपको बताऊंगी कि प्रॉफिट एक्चुअली बनता कहाँ है, लॉस कहाँ होता है और एक कैंडल मेकर को बिजनेस को प्रॉफिटेबल बनाने के लिए किन चीज़ों पर फोकस करने की ज़रूरत है। बिकॉज मेकिंग कैंडल इज अ स्किल बट मेकिंग मनी फ्रॉम कैंडल्स is a business skill. Hi guys, welcome back to Creative Club. This side Ayushi. And अगर आप मुझे पहली बार देख रहे हो तो we are into candle manufacturing from quite a long time now, and we have worked with different type of candle waxes, raw materials. We deal in packaging, bulk orders, and over time we have seen one very common problem among a new candle maker. They are very good at candle making, right? But when it comes to costing, pricing, sales, and profit, this becomes a bit confusing. So today's video is just for someone who wants to start candle business. It is also for people who have already started the candle business. Sales आ रही हैं, orders भी आ रहे हैं, but पैसा कहाँ जा रहा है? If you have ever felt this, watch this video till the end. Okay, let's answer the main question first. क्या candle business profitable है? So yes, candle business can be profitable but not automatically. The fact that you can make candle for 100 rupees and sell it for 200 does not mean you have made a profit of 100 rupees. This is the one biggest mistake every beginner make. For example, suppose you make a candle and your raw material cost is, let's say, wax is 50 rupees, fragrance is 20 rupees, wick is 5 rupees, container is 25 rupees. So you think my candle costs me 100 and you sell it for 200. Wow, 100 rupees ka profit. No, but your actual cost also include packaging, label, labor, electricity, wastage, testing, damaged products, courier, payment gateway charges, marketplace fees, marketing, GST where applicable, and even your own time. So the first lesson is raw material cost is not same as business cost. And if you don't understand this difference, you can have good sales and still make very little money. Let's understand something very important. There is a huge difference between I make a candle and I run a candle business. If you're making candle for yourself, you can experiment. You can buy one mold today, another mold tomorrow, try a new fragrance, try a new color, make 5 candles, make 10 candles, and it is completely fine because you are doing it as a hobby. But once money is involved, every decision has a cost. So if you buy a mold for 1000 rupees and use it only twice, that 1000 is still sitting in your inventory. You understand me? Like you're taking so many molds and you're just making candles out of them once or twice, then the mold cost has not been recovered yet. It is still sitting inside your inventory. So if you buy 10 fragrances but only 3 actually, sells, the remaining money is stuck. So if you make 50 candles without knowing whether customer want them, you have already invested money before making the sale. That is where a hobby mindset becomes dangerous for a business. A business doesn't run on excitement, it actually runs on numbers. Okay, now let's talk about something every candle maker can relate to. Even me being in this business for so long, still, I can relate to this. We have seen a new mold that is coming on Instagram. You see a beautiful candle, and immediately you think, "ये mold तो मुझे भी चाहिए." Then another reel comes up with another mold, another design, and slowly, slowly you have 20, 30, 50 molds. But now ask yourself one simple question: how many of those molds are actually generating sales? Because having 50 molds doesn't mean you're going to sell 50 different candles. Sometimes you may make two candles for a mold from a mold and then never touch it again. So instead of asking which mold should I buy next, ask which product can I sell repeatedly. That's a much better business question. Before buying a new mold, ask, uh, is there demand for this product? What will be my selling price? What's my actual cost? Can I produce it in consistency? Is it easily unmoldable? Can I make mass, production from this? Can I sell it again and again? Is the customer likely to repurchase it? Because your goal shouldn't be to build a collection of molds. Your goal should be to build a collection of products that sell. Decorative candle versus repeat order. Now, this is a very important point to discuss. So, decorative candles are beautiful, no doubt. They are great for gifting. They can attract, customers. But think about the, buying cycle. Let's say a customer buys a decorative candle from you. What they will do with that? They will either keep it as a decor piece, or maybe they will use it once. But will they buy the exact same decorative candle every month? So maybe not. Now think about a scented candle. The customer takes a scented candle from you, they lit it, it finishes. Now they, because they like the scent and they want another one. So this is a complete different business model. So when you are planning your product range, don't only think what looks beautiful, think what makes a customer come back. Your business becomes stronger when your products that can generate repeat purchase, right? When you have products that can generate repeat purchase, that could be scented jar candle, wax melt, wax sachets, diffuser, fragrance products, or any consumable product. The idea is simple: one purchase gives you a customer, repeat purchase builds a business. So, in other way, I'm not saying that don't make decorative candles. Obviously, try your hands on decorative candles too. See, we make so many decorative candles because we know who our client is, right? Our client is basically bulk purchase वाले हैं, या फिर जो gift hamper curators हैं वो हैं. So they always look for different decorative designs. So we know our client, and around that only we build our business. Now you should know your customer. Who is your customer? Now let's talk about the most important thing, that is pricing. There is where many small businesses lose money. A customer asks, कितने का दोगे? And immediately you start thinking, market में 200 का मिल रहा है, उन्होंने 180 का बोला, चलो मैं 170 में दे देता हूँ. Stop. First calculate your own numbers. Imagine your actual cost is 120. You'll sell it for 150. You'll think 30 rupees तो बच रहा है. But what happens when पैकेजिंग की कॉस्ट है 10 रुपए, ठीक है, कोरियर की कॉस्ट है 30 रुपए, या चलो लेबल की कॉस्ट है उसमें 5 रुपए. अब कोई पीस डैमेज हो गया है, आप डिस्काउंट दे रहे हो, आप एडवर्टाइजिंग पे पैसा लगा रहे हो, यू आर स्पेंडिंग मनी in making and packing it, you are spending your time. That 30 rupees disappear very quickly. So don't price your candle by looking only at your competitor. Your competitor cost is not your cost. Maybe they buy wax in bulk, right? Maybe they have cheaper packaging, maybe they have very automated production. with them. Maybe their volumes are much higher, maybe their product quality is different. So don't blindly copy someone else's price. Make चूज वाइसली, प्राइस वाइसली, बिकॉज सबसे ज्यादा लोग यही लैग करते हैं, वो प्राइसिंग में होता है. दे डोंट काउंट द हिडन कॉस्ट, राइट? लेबर, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, पैकिंग, डैमेजिंग, जीएसटी, मार्केटिंग, ये सब हिडन कॉस्ट है जो कि हम दे इग्नोर कर देते हैं, जो हम सोचते नहीं है कि ट्रैवल कॉस्ट, इधर उधर सामान. सो ऑल ऑफ दिस इज a costing in your candle. You have to divide it in per candle. So pricing अच्छे से सोच समझ के रखनी चाहिए हमें कैंडल्स की. Now stop undercutting just to get orders. So especially Diwali, या festive season के time पे this happens a lot. A customer says someone else is giving it to me for 100 rupees. You'll say, okay, I'll give it for 95. Then they say, someone else is giving me for 90. And then you'll say, okay, I will give you for 88. At some point, ask yourself, are you winning the order or losing money? So getting an order is not always a victory. A bad order can actually be a loss, right? So if you are selling below a healthy margin just because you don't want to lose an order or lose a customer, you're training your business to survive without profit. So, and once you quote a very low price to a customer, increasing it later will become very difficult, because then they are always going to take it in the same price. So instead of saying, how can I become the cheapest, ask, how can I give enough value that my customer is comfortable paying the price that I'm asking. So you can give better packaging, you can give better finish, you can give better fragrance, consistency, in your quality. You can give professional service, you can give reliable delivery, customization. These are the things, that create value for your product. So, if you're giving these values, the customer would be happy to pay 100 rupees also. You just have to be sure about your product, that your product, if it is valuing 100 rupees, then it is valued for it. That money is value for my product, because my product have some quality in it, right? And we do not compromise with the quality. So sorry, I cannot decrease the price. You can try other candles, but I'm sure you are not going to get this quality that we are giving. That's it. So give value. Now let's calculate a candle properly. ठीक है? Suppose wax की cost है 50 rupees. Then हमने fragrance की cost है 15 rupees. Wick की cost है 5 rupees. Jar की cost है 30 rupees. तो जो पूरा raw material आया हमारा, वो आया 100 rupees का. ठीक है? But we are not done yet. इसमें हम add करेंगे label 5 rupees का, packaging 10 rupees की, labor cost 10 rupees का. ठीक है? देन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी 3 रुपीज की, वेस्टेज या फिर टेस्टिंग में जो टाइम और चीजें गई हैं 5 रुपीज. विल टेक ऑफ दिस. सो नाउ योर कॉस्ट इज ऑलरेडी अराउंड 133 रुपीज. ठीक है? And this is before considering things like marketing, courier, marketplace fees, payment charges, or returns. Now suppose you sell it for 180 rupees. You might think कि मैंने 47 rupees का profit किया है, but after all other expenses, your actual profit could be much lower. That's why I say costing should be done backwards from the business, not just from the candle. You need to know product cost, operation cost, selling price, margin, final profit. And please don't forget your own time. Your time has value. If you spend 2 hours making, cleaning, packing, and dispatching an order, that time should eventually be accounted for in your business model. So sales is not directly profit, right? This is probably the most important line of this entire video, that sales are not profit. Suppose You sell 1 lakh worth of candles in 1 month. Sounds amazing, you know, it's a big amount. बट इमेजिन रॉ मटेरियल का कॉस्ट 55,000 था, पैकेजिंग का कॉस्ट उसमें 10,000 था, लेबर उसमें 10,000 थी, कोरियर 7,000 का लगा, मार्केटिंग में हमने 5,000 रुपए स्पेंड किए और अदर एक्सपेंसेस जो है मिसलेनियस दैट वुड बी 8,000. नाउ हमारे पास क्या बचा? सिर्फ 5,000 रुपए. सो व्हेन समवन सेज मेरा कैंडल बिजनेस 1 लाख का मंथली सेल करता है, दैट इज नॉट इनफ इंफॉर्मेशन. द रियल क्वेश्चन इज उस 1 लाख में से एक्चुअल प्रॉफिट कितना बचा है. रेवेन्यू टेल्स यू हाउ मच मनी यू केम इन. Profit tells you how much money you actually earned, and those are two different things. Another thing that can affect your business is inconsistency of raw material. For example, you buy wax from one supplier this month, next month you buy the wax from another supplier who is 10 rupees cheaper maybe, then you change the fragrance supplier, then you change the wig supplier, and suddenly your candle behaves differently. The burn time change, the fragrance throw change, the finishes of the candle change. The customer gets one candle today and another candle maybe the next month that performs differently. This create a quality problem. So once you have found a raw material that works well for your product, don't keep changing them just to save small amount of money. Sometimes saving 15 rupees, 5 rupees in raw material can cost you much more in like failed batches, customer complaints, wastage, testing, replacement, loss of trust. So consistency is a business asset. If you have one vendor, be with them, because you know their quality now. You know that your candle performs best with their things, because in Indian market there are whole lot of suppliers. There are whole lot of people who are giving different waxes in the name of soy waxes. We have trusted so many of them, and now we finally have one vendor for everything. So yes. Now, another mistake that we do, we make inventory prior than finding our customer. For example, you make 100 candles because you think कि दिवाली आ रही है, सेल्स तो हो ही जाएंगी, है ना? But what if they don't? Now your money is sitting in a finished stock. So before producing large quantities, test the market first. Start with small batches, show the product, take feedback, check inquiries, take pre-orders where appropriate, see which fragrance is selling the most, see which price works, then scale. Don't purchase 1,000 pieces just because you have capacity to make 1,000 pieces, right? Don't just produce them. So produce 1,000 when you have the reason to believe, you can sell 1,000. Okay, now let's come to the main question. How to actually make your candle business profitable? Okay. So now let's talk about the solution. If you want your candle business to become profitable, focus on these 7 things. Number 1, know your real cost. Okay. Not just wax or jar, calculate everything. So you should know what your real candle price is. Then number 2, set a proper margin. Don't price your product just because competitors are selling it for a lower price. You make a particular margin for yourself that you want to earn 30%, 40% margin. If a business is not giving you 30% margin at least, then there is no use of running a business. So at least take a margin of 30% for you. Number 3, focus on products that sell repeatedly. Build a product range, that encourage customer to come back. Control your inventory. Don't spend all your money in molds, fragrances, jars, colors that are not moving. Number 5, manage your production. Create a proper process. Same wax, Same fragrance percentage, same wick, same pouring process, same testing. Consistency allows you to scale. Number 6, don't accept every order. This may sound strange, but it is important. Some orders can consume huge amount of time and give you almost no profit. Learn to say no when the numbers don't make sense. Number 7, work on your business, not only in the business. So, if you're spending your time only making, only, entire day pouring wax, packing boxes, and replying to customers, who's working on marketing, who's checking your numbers, who's developing new products, who's finding new products, or who's finding new customers, who's building system. Eventually, the goal is not you to personally make every candle, right? The goal is to build a business that can produce and sell candle consistently, even when you are not standing next to the melting pot. So, what is the conclusion of this? So, is the candle making business profitable? Yes, it is, but only if you treat it as a business and not only as a hobby. If you look at candle making only as wax, fragrance, mold, candle is equal to profit, then you're going to struggle. But if you understand costing plus pricing plus quality plus sales plus repeat customers plus inventory plus system is equal to profitable business, then you have a completely different approach. And remember one thing, you don't need 100 different candles to build a successful candle business. Sometimes you just need a few really good products with proper costing, consistent quality, healthy margins, and customers who come back again and again. So if you're currently running a candle business, take out a notebook today and calculate the actual profit of your best selling candle, not the theoretical profit, the real profit. You might be surprised by the numbers. And if you find this video useful, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Creative Glut. And share this video to someone who is planning to start a candle business, because making candle is a creativity, but making the business profitable is completely a different skill. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.